Igor, hey, got a second? Just talk to my, business partner on the radio.
What is it?
He's knee-deep in the shit. NAR is after him. But that's to be expected if you keep taking from them and giving unto yourself, huh?
I see. That kind of business.
Let's not get bogged down with the details. Just check if he's okay, would you? He's hiding somewhere near the Pripyat port.
Georgy Semenov, a good old Jack Frost. You must wonder what happened to him all those years ago. Why would he work with the NAR, my love? Surely he must have a good explanation. He was always kind to us.
One question mark. Oh, I meant it. No, it's not. Oh. That was fucking loud. What the fuck?
Ah, fuck! Ah! Ah, shit!
fuck.
Ah, shit.
What is that? Ainda não. In here again. And whoop. Hibernation now. Just that. Oh, fuck.
He's over there! Over there! He'll come out eventually.
here. You are.
Are you Professor Semenov? Georgy Semenov from the Vladimir Ilyich Lenin nuclear power plant?
Lenin is long gone, but the power plant is still there. It is me, yes. I would appreciate it if you lowered your weapon.
It's me, Igor Kimenyuk. I know it's been 30 years, but don't you recognize me? Igor and Tatiana. You brought us to Chernobyl and helped us get our flat in Pripyat.
Of course. I remember now. Igor and Tatiana. You were like the son and daughter I never had. Tell me, how is she?
What are you doing here, Professor? Are you really working for NAR? Do you know what they're doing in the zone? How they treat the summer shells?
Please, Igor, slow down. My concern is science, as it always has been. The politics and administrative piffle, I leave to others.
And what are you doing here, exactly?
You don't need to worry about me. I haven't turned into Dr. Mengele. I study the local, fauna. They're very peculiar, very dangerous. You must have run into them at some point. There are reports dating back from before the Chernobyl catastrophe. It's very important that we gather every bit of available information.
Let the man catch his breath. Otherwise he may become suspicious. He was probably forced to work for NAR. That's my guess.
Reports? In an abandoned kindergarten?
It wasn't only a kindergarten, you know. Back then, we've always been watched, monitored by those who want to control us. I tried to shield you from this. So this place, it used to be KGB document storage. There's a lot of stuff left in the basement.
Please, answer me, Professor. Did you sign some sort of pact with NAR?
A pact? How melodramatic. How ominous. I signed a confidentiality agreement. And a contract of work, yes. But I'm not responsible for how they police their facilities. They have people for that. Can't you see what's going on here? This is much too important to leave to the half-wits in military uniforms and Armani suits. Chernobylite needs to be properly studied by real professionals.
I haven't seen Tatiana in 30 years. I seem to have some blank spots in my memory. I can't remember what happened the night of the disaster. I need to find her. I need to find out what happened to us.
Reactor number 4. That was a real disaster. Some of our colleagues paid the ultimate price for this misguided experiment. That's what happens when politicians are placed in charge of scientists. And Tatiana, such a sweet girl, and your friend Boris. You three were inseparable. I called you my 3 musketeers, remember? Look, my security detail will be back soon to collect me. I don't want them to hurt you or start asking questions.
How can I get in touch?
I will find you. Now, go.
Nie wiem. Możemy płacić trochę. Później. Not that way.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Stop calling me sir. What do you want, Mikhail?
I'm just fucking teasing you, man, because I'm bored. You used to live in England, didn't you? Eating your full English breakfast, drinking Darjeeling tea, scooting around in your Aston Martin, sipping martinis, mingling with high society. A regular James fucking Bond.
I ate porridge for breakfast, for Christ's sake.
Relax, I'm kidding. I did a piece of business with some Brits once. Good blokes. They drank Stolichnaya with Red Bull. Loopy fuckers.
Why are you wasting my time, Mikhail?
I knew a guy once, when I used to do business in Moscow. This guy wasn't a Brit, he was Scottish. I think his name was Daniel. He was absolutely fascinated by the Moscow sewers. Daniel was looking for a guide, so I took him on a tour of the underground. Told him some really top-drawer fucking tales. About nuclear bunkers under the Moskva River where Putin will hide when the zombie apocalypse comes. About the lizard people from Zeta Reticuli controlling the amount of sugar in your Starbucks coffee. He was a tad skeptical, though. Reminds me of you. And that worries me.
Why?
You've spent too much time in the rotten capitalistic West, comrade. You know what I mean. Anyway, I hope our humble way of life isn't too much of a shock for you.
Oh, trust me. I'll always be Ukrainian in my heart.
Great! I'll drink to that. Yeah, as soon as I find something better to drink, that is.
His voice reminds me of Rick and Morty.
Hey there, old timer. What's cooking?
Nothing much. I need to remember to check the dosimeters.
Hey, Igor. How are you?
I'm all right. What about you? Have you started to regret joining our little suicide squad yet?
No way. I live for this kind of thing. And since Anton's death, it's personal for me now.
Hopefully you won't change your mind. Shadows, NAR, Chernobylite. It's all a bit overwhelming.
Years ago, I met a young pirate. Just a kid, really. I was part of a team retaking a hijacked cruise ship off the Somali coast. The kid's colleagues chained him to a machine gun so he couldn't escape, and told him to shoot anyone trying to board the ship. He was so scared when he saw us, he froze in place. The chain was too thick for us to cut, and we didn't know what to do with him. There was no way in hell we could turn our backs on a PKM. I could have knocked him unconscious, but a blow to the head with a rifle butt could just as easily kill him. So I did the only thing I could. I unloaded his weapon and broke the boy's fingers. On both hands, to be safe. When it was over, we brought him back to Canada. Trudeau found him a nice foster family. I understand you feel responsible for this mission, Igor. But I also have a stake in this. Trust me, I will do whatever it takes to see this through. Whatever it takes.
And the day. Only one member. Close that. Can I run simulation again? Maybe I cannot find it. Oh, clearly. Now. Picture sort thing.
Help! Eva! Pomogите! Oh, the devils are coming for me. I can see them skulking in the bushes. They sniff me out, the dirty rats. You have to help me, Mousy. I am the only one who can defeat the Rat King. The junkyard in Kopachi. You hold the fate of the world in your hands. Please, hurry.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Mikhail claims that everything is just business, but I know you can tell he's holding back the whole truth, can't you? There's a deep darkness within him, caused by loss and grief. Don't let it suck you in.
Don't shoot.
Relax. Mikhail sent me. Are you his business associate?
His what? Ah, yes. Sure. Sure thing. I've been shot. I need help.
Mikhail, I found your friend. NAR did a number on him. It doesn't look good.
Fuck! Well, help the man! I need him! He's got connections. Besides, he doesn't deserve to die like that. Like a dog.
Let me patch you up.
Thank you. I don't have anything on me. I had to drop everything when I ran. But I've got some intel you can have.
I'm looking for someone. Her name is Tatiana Amelieva. She
plays a violin, right? Sibelius.
Yes. My God, that's her favorite composer. You know her?
I can still hear the music. Beautiful. Inspired. Sibelius is not for everyone. Weeks ago, I started having the dreams. Only the music at first. Then I saw her. She didn't say anything, but I understood. She communicated with me through the music. My wife Katya used to play the violin, you see. That was our connection.
What did she communicate?
I wrote it down someplace. But it's still in my hideout. Probably swarming with NAR goons.
Don't go anywhere. I'm going to check your hideout. This is very important to me. You'll be fine. I promise.
Expression, Igor. You're like a foolish child wandering in the dark. You think you're getting closer, but the dark water is rushing in. Soon it will be over your head. You should have stayed away. You cannot ruin everything now. I won't allow it. So, want to show me what you're made of? Now run. I will hurt you if I have to. I'm giving you a 10-second head start. Let's see what you're made of. Why did you have to come back, huh? This is not going to end. Let's see what you're made of. This is not going to end well for you. You're full of surprises.
Mission.
So, how is he?
Wounded, but he's gonna make it.
Oh, that's a relief. He has access to different goods and a lot of useful contacts.
Looking out for your fellow man, eh, Mikhail?
Fuck you, Mr. Righteous. Maybe this is some kind of romantic adventure for you, but some people have to make a living here.
What's new, Igor?
Nothing much. What about you? Still thinking about Anton?
Yeah, we had some great adventures together as mercenaries.
I remember Anton talking about Kasham. What was that all about?
Kasham was a nasty piece of business. How much do you know about the civil war in Syria?
Not much. I've had other things on my mind.
You and the rest of the world. Nobody cares about those people. For the big players, Russia, the US, China, most of these war-torn countries are nothing but a playground for testing their weapons and making policy. It's called war by proxy. Us mercs usually play a supporting role to the armies on the ground, supplying intel, equipment, and tech. There's an unspoken rule that we never attack each other directly, but sometimes we get in each other's way, and then things can get out of hand. That's what happened in Kasham. Assad's forces, backed by Russian mercenaries, clashed with the SDF, which was supported by the US. The US used dozens of drones, fighter jets, and helicopters to pretty much annihilate the opposition. Anton and his mercenary buddies weren't equipped to deal with that kind of air superiority. He watched some of his friends die, and came close to getting killed himself.
I admire your bravery and dedication, Olivier. And Anton's. Still, I can't help but wonder why we keep killing each other over some godforsaken strip of land. It goes against everything I believe.
And I admire your idealism, Igor. But you're in the minority, And sometimes violence is the only way to solve a problem. That's something I think you're going to learn in the near future.
And the truth about the Syrian war, you need to look into the independent reporter Vanessa Bailey if you want the truth about that war, because you sure as hell won't get it from the mainstream media. Eva Burt as well. Excellent independent reporter. And there's Vanessa Bailey.
What news, Professor?
Nothing much, Sashko.
How's the investigation going? Any closer to finding your girl?
Well, I'm not giving up yet.
That's the spirit. I'm not giving up on my brother Ruslan either.
No, you should never give up on family. You said something about your father earlier. Won't he be looking for you?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't want to talk about it.
Of course, I didn't mean to pry.
I can't say anything good about my old man anyway.
He was the abusive type, huh?
Abusive, sure. I like when culture people use fancy words to describe a shitty situation. He was a sadistic bastard. He used to beat the ever-living crap out of me and Ruslan, until we got too big to take it lying down.
Right, so you fought back?
Yeah, you could say that. We threw the old bastard into the well behind our house.
You did what?
I was hoping he'd drown and solve some of our problems. But like all the other days, that one just wasn't lucky. He just broke his legs.
Did you pull him out?
We were going to, but it turned out our neighbor was keeping his moonshine stashed down at the bottom of this well. So, the old man decided to stay put and drink away his pain.
That's an incredible story, Sashko.
Where I come from, that's just everyday life, Professor.
And what about you? Anything else to see?
Are you hungry, Igor?
Not at the moment, thanks. Are you making something?
Just kidding. The meat I've stashed away, I would never share it with you. Hell, this meat I wouldn't feed to my worst enemy. Or maybe only to my worst enemy.
What are you on about, Mikhail?
I've spent a lot of time in the zone. Too much time. Doing various kinds of deals. Along the way, I learned about what happened in our beloved motherland after the big fucking reactor exploded.
Okay, let's hear it.
After your dumbass scientists caused the explosion and irradiated us and half of Europe, someone told the party apparatchiks they needed to slaughter all the livestock in the area. We're talking 50,000 sheep and cattle.
Of course. It was regrettable, but a reasonable thing to do, Mikhail.
Right. But we wouldn't be Slavs if it wasn't for our fucking ingenuity and business acumen, huh? We always find a way. Hell, not even 100 years of communism could uproot our inbred knack for wheeling and dealing. Anyway, some genius decided it would be a waste to just throw all that meat in an incinerator. The animals were slaughtered, all right, but not destroyed. Instead, their glow-in-the-dark meat was mixed in with the flesh of healthy animals and shipped to Moscow. Cool, huh?
This sounds like the exact opposite of cool, Mikhail.
The glowing sausages left the party officials scared shitless. Their solution was to immediately ship it somewhere else. Georgia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan. But the truth was already out. And nobody wanted this generous gift. So, there was this freaking ghost train rolling through Ukraine and Belarus, from one station to another, filled with radioactive meat that no one dared touch. This toxic meat train cruised the Soviet Empire for 3 years. 3 fucking years! Before the cooling system broke down. At that point, the KGB stepped in and eventually buried the cargo. But I managed to snag a piece for myself, and I'm keeping it. It could be very valuable one day.
Valuable? How?
Not sure yet. It could have sentimental value. Or maybe I could use it to blackmail someone.
You're insane. Please keep your radioactive meat away from our kitchen.
Mikhail definitely seems to be the interesting character so far. Quite funny. Just wonder where they are.